Hello, friends. Welcome to Trident Tarot, a sincere pursuit to bring clarity to your lives. Today, our subject for pick a card reading is how to overcome stagnation and inaction in your life. So, the card selection process will generally be through the picture of cards that will be shown to you, but additionally, they will be supplemented using my vocal voice. So, you have the option to use clair audience or voice for pile selection. And in case you cannot if you don't feel intuitively connected to select cards through like by listening music or by looking at them, what you can do is you can make three sheets of paper and write one, two, and three respectively on them, and take any divine name, your god, or anything whom you believe in, and then choose one of those sheets. The number which is written on that sheet will be your reading pile. So I hope this make things simpler for you. And the second thing I wish to tell you is that I'm taking paid readings, the details of which I will mention in my description. Please send me an email for paid reading bookings. Thank you very much. Now let us proceed with pile design selection process. Welcome to the card selection procedure. You might have already seen the image which was displayed earlier. Now let us look at each card with the sound channeling from them. Hello, pile number one. I just hope you have seen the picture of the spread that has come out for you. So I'll provide you my interpretations, and if you have more interpretations out of those cards, in case you're an expert tarot reader person, you are free to mention those in the comments. So the reason for stagnation and lack of action that I see from your cards is it. I mean, all the points that I speak, it might apply for like all the viewers, or maybe some points might apply to some of the viewers. What I'm trying to say, not all points might be relevant to a single viewer, whoever has chosen pile one. So please take with you what is resonating. So the first thing that I'm seeing with the Three of Pentacles card is that uh, mm, you have made your path towards wherever you are through your own inner guidance and support. Whatever you thought was correct, you have done that. You had no one to support you, as a result of which you have become very defensive about your beliefs, that I have learned this thing by achieving a certain kind of struggles. Now this is my truth, and this is what you wish to hold on to. You're not trying to upgrade what you have learned by observing people around you, or maybe you are not able to listen to positive feedback that is being given to you to improve your learning or perception about whatever situation you are particularly stuck in. So that is what is causing you the blockage. This is causing you not to kind of, it has halted your growth. So the suggestion here is to use your gut feeling and try to analyze, like, when someone is telling you something that you are supposed to do it in this way, if that person's um, opinion or whatever he's saying is supported by facts, evidence, there is some rationality to it, there is some some justified content to it, please contemplate on it and see that is a change required in you right now. Because you are feeling wounded, you're feeling extremely wounded and defensive with all that you have learned without support. So support is coming into your life. The divine understands you. It understands that you were unsupported, you had to do everything on your own. It was a matter of past where you had to struggle to reach wherever you are right now. But if some person is giving you an opinion or suggestion which is supported by facts and evidences, and your intuition resonates with that, definitely try to open up and expand your comfort zone with regards to whatever they are saying. So just listen to them very carefully and try to upgrade your belief systems. The second kind of people here I see is that now there are kind of people who are trying to achieve many things at once. Many things at a rush are coming to them, and they kind of feel an obligation that they have to do everything. I mean, something which is not a part of their responsibilities, also, they are putting efforts to do that. They are not asking for payment or reward or recognition for that. They're just doing for the sake of it because something in them believes that they have to do it. So, a very simple message is to reduce unnecessary burdens, because all these things that you have, unnecessary responsibilities or overworking or whatever is there in front of you, it has created a kind of cage around you. So that cage is kind of protective. If due to that cage you're feeling some inaction, consider it as a blessing that you are not able to do anything, because it can worsen things further for yourself as well as for others. Please try not to do things which are not in your domain. I also kind of feel that no one is asking you to take extra responsibilities. If you think by doing extra you will, I mean, get something, you'll get some favor or it will act to your advantage, there is nothing of that sort happening. Things act to your advantage, or you get recognition, promotion, whatever, you are recognized if your efforts are concentrated on certain specific things. So you need to decide your niche, that this is what I need to do and this is what I not need to do, and concentrate your full energies in the portion where your efforts make a difference. But if you will try to do something in areas where you don't have no prior experience, you have no prior systematic study which we need to do to be able to do something, that is not going to do any good for you. So the advice for these kind of people here is segregate what is required, segregate what is not required, and concentrate your actions and your plans, or whatever you do, concentrate your energy in areas which are relevant for you. You need to do a review that, from my journey of life till the beginning till now, the thing that I am doing, I mean, am I supposed to be doing it or not? That could be one question that can guide you. And upskilling is definitely important. Try to study more, try to don't resist feedback from other people if it is contradicting your belief systems. I think even a little bit of looking at things from this angle is definitely going to help you. The third kind of people I see here who are blocked are the ones who have been forced to do something due to pressure from environment, or maybe I don't know what decision making led you in past to do something in a certain way. So you are kind of forcing yourself to do something by a kind of a pseudo motivation to be able to fit into the environment that you are stuck in. So that thing has caused a lot of stagnation. Now if you're a person who is passionate about photography, but you have been forced into a career something like, where there is a lot of mathematics, so definitely your seniors and supervisors will motivate you to be a good performer in math through their pseudo motivation ways. But that kind of motivation is not relevant for you, because you are putting your energies into something that you are not made for. So being stuck in these areas is causing you to not take any action, and it is causing a lot of stagnation in your life. So the remedy to this is, I mean, for all of you, is to do what you really like doing. Do something to expand your um, horizons by taking feedback from others, by taking input from others, but start listening to others. Come out of defensive mode and feel abundant. The Vesta card home, I mean, this card is telling me that don't feel for some people, I think, you don't have to feel a lack about something, that you need to buy more things to do something. You need to have more of like, if you're supposed to be making a YouTube video, you need to have camera, you need to have all those sophisticated things. No, that's not the case. Feel abundant with all that you have and do things using it. Gratitude and feeling enough with what is the resources that are already in front of you is something which will provide you a lot of relief, and it will start your journey towards breaking that stagnation away. The other kind of people which I got through these Ace of Wand cards are that, is it really something that you want to pursue? I think I've already spoken it in a different way, because this card gave me a vision of, this whenever the person is trying to reach this wand, so some bushes are coming in front of them. So those bushes are, like, they're indications that the obstacles or whatever blockages you're facing while achieving your passion, which you think is your passion, is that the events that are happening in a certain kind of way, they are supposed to happen if you choose it. For example, if you're a film actor, so if you're a film actor, then there will be like people gossiping around you, there will be controversy around you. If these kind of things really bother you, you want to have peace of mind, and in spite of having a peace of mind, you have to be a media person or an actor. That does not work like that. Those people need to be surrounded by a buzz, right? So make sure that whatever you're declaring your passion as a passion, is it really your passion or not? So that was all for pile one. The self inquiry and remediation have been told to you side by side, through like all multiple kind of interpretations for the people who have chosen this pile. I hope it helps you. Thank you very much. Hello, pile number two people. Welcome to your reading. So, whatever is going to be spoken to you, only some points of those might resonate with you, or all might resonate with you. So, please take what resonates and leave the rest. The blockages that I feel with pile two people coming forward here are not getting recognized for your efforts. That is the first blockage that I see. Also, what I see is there is a lot of resistance. The authority figures, maybe in your home, your workplace, or anywhere, like maybe in your casual groups, the group discussions that you have. What I see is that your group discussions, that you do during your lunchtime or during trips, or even during the whatever fun activities you have, even you are kind of competing there, you're kind of planning a lot there what you have to speak or not. Because see, free time is meant to be a leisure time. We do it with people whom we feel cool and chilled out with, but we don't plan in advance that when we are in a group, this is what I'm going to say, this is how I will lead the group. I mean, that thinking is not required while you're having fun. So I see a certain people of that kind here. So in order to come out of that situation, what you need to do is, you are being asked to show your effort. Whether your effort is being accepted or not accepted, just show them that this is what I think and this is what should happen. So what will that do is, your communication efforts will kind of make you known around. I mean, no one is going to think that this person, kind of doesn't speak something, this person doesn't vocalize about something. So I mean, his presence is unknown, he's someone like, who is not worth recognizing. And when it comes to authority figures, so you're expected to just communicate with them. It's not important that each and every idea of yours will be kind of accepted. You'll be appreciated for each and everything. I mean, that's not a guarantee, but make sure you vocalize about yourself. Make sure you kind of, market yourself so that your identity is known. That is going to reduce this frustration. And when it comes to friend circles, I mean, choose friends, like in your chilling out time, when it's you're supposed to chill out, competitive forces are not there. So you need to invest time in choosing the right kind of friends for you, right? It's about segregating your life into various spheres. Like, this is my professional sphere, this is my friend sphere, this is my this sphere of life. Don't let things interfere all over, because the more you are pushing yourself to let your presence being known, and you're not vocalizing it, you're kind of putting passive aggression to it. So that has kind of saturated you right now. You have compromised enough to fit in the environment, and your creativity has received no recognition, what these cards are telling me. So it's time to vocalize your creativity. Forget about it being accepted or not. The more you speak, the more your presence will be known. Maybe you will get another environment which is suited to you. Might exit the environment where you're feeling unfit in. The other thing I see, which might represent a second set of people, is that your efforts are too much focused on competition rather than what you have to do. So rather than focusing on your core task, you're more focused on how you can relieve yourself from competition, how you can defeat someone in competition, how you can win arguments in competition, right? See, an argument will be accepted if it has weightage to it, if it has research to it, if it has your skill value to it. But by forgetting your core skill, if you're completely focused on competition factors, how to alleviate it, how to be rise above the competition, how to feel secure about yourself, how to put your opinion with a strong point of view. So focusing on these things, it won't lead you anywhere. It has stagnated you. So you need to change your perception towards way of doing things by focusing more on, like, putting efforts on what is actually required to be done, right? Then that competition factor will gradually eliminate. So it's a point of perspective shift. The hangman card, if you see, it encourages us to shift perspective, look at competition from different angle, right? The more you the more effort you put on what is your core task, the more things will get lightened for you, and competition will just be something of a very, it will be a very distant affair to you. Or maybe you won't be a part of competition if you explore your niche, explore, create your identity where whatever you do is actually what you're supposed to do. I hope it makes you feel a little relieved. So the self query that you can do here is, am I putting the efforts at the intended task the way they are supposed to be put, or am I focusing on something irrelevant, which is fear based or lack of security based, right? The other thing I see is a person who has who has a lot of emotional load on him. He thinks that he's very strong. He doesn't need to express his emotion. Like, so there are some men, like, men don't cry. Those kind of belief systems, I'm saying, they have piled up a lot of things from past on them, and they're kind of putting fresh sheets on dirty carpets. So what is happening with time is that those fresh carpets are also getting dirty because the dirt beneath hasn't been removed. So it is a time for definitely to connect with all those repressed and neglected emotions and release them. The thing that I can suggest you here is emotional freedom technique. Please search for that on YouTube and everything. There are videos on it in which, for various emotional concerns, you can perform the EFT practice and release all the burdens that are there in you. Do not resist expressing your emotions. Express them, or learn to express them in a way that it doesn't destroy you, nor it destroys the other person. But suppressing them and make like feeling like you will do things on your own, like, by considering yourself as a victim martyr, like, I am supposed to be a victim of the situation, I'm a martyr in this situation. Do not tag victimization as martyrship. That is not a healthy belief system. What I can see here, that is never a healthy belief system. You need to come out of that. You need to lighten the unnecessary load that you have, because it has reached its peak. Now it is up to the neck. At any point going forward, if you're trying to continue with this pattern of living, it is not going to lead you to anywhere. So that was the reading for people. Now we'll come to the oracle card that came for you. It was Mother Earth. So grounding meditations. So like when I was channeling the music for your pile, I got air, sounds of wind. So you might like to meditate to sounds of wind. You might have some videos on YouTube, like where the sound of wind. You might like to meditate to them and visualize all the the dismantling of the obstacles and all that you are facing in your career or whatever. I mean, in any sphere of your life. And this also asks you to stay practical and grounded. And also this card is asking you to explore other options, where we were discussing about marketing oneself, so that people can hear you and identify you as a fit for some other thing rather than where you are stuck in. Or you might manifest your good friend circle, or team of friends whom you can chill with, um, rather than where you're trying to prepare yourself to be a, like, you're preparing yourself that what I need to discuss with friends. No. And this pile also calls you to be grounded. There's a lot of air and water element in this. So emotional release, obviously, that is suggested. Traveling could be suggested to some of you people, like shifting places or going to some other place. They also assist in healing. This is for those category of people who have put a lot of emotional load on themselves, and they are afraid of acting vulnerable and expressing themselves openly. I just hope this reading made sense to you and it helped you in some way. Please do mention in your comments, do like, share this channel, and wish you all the very best. Hello, pile number three people. Welcome to your reading. So, while conducting your reading, unlike the other piles, I didn't find that there is a separate message for a separate group of people who have taken chosen this pile. The message that I'm getting is only one from the setup that is there in front of me, and the caption of your journey in life so far is the story of a hero, or learning through the most adverse experiences, which will eventually lead you to publish your success stories and show it to the world, to the audience, so that they can be inspired by you. So um, there's nothing about blockages here. It's just one action, a very simple action that you're not taking. There is, as such, there is no serious stagnation or block that I can see here. So what story I'm getting about you is that something in your life, in your recent past, you have taken some action out of immaturity. You went on to a venture, you took some decision out of immaturity. There was no planning to it. Just a thought came and you invested your everything into that. That thing didn't work out. It could be a love relationship, it could be business, it could be anything. You were literally thrown out of that. Right, suppose you are making a startup. So you did a startup with a scamful people, eventually out of which you were kicked and thrown out. Or you might have done like you might have started your own mini startup in an organization or an incubator, and you ended up being kicked out of there, and whatever efforts you had put up, the whatever company you had put up, it was taken over by someone else through corruption and politics inside. So, and in the process of coming out of the trauma of being kicked out from whatever you had created out of immaturity, you had a very miserable defeat. It kind of finished you to the core. But the positive side of that defeat is, the miserable ending is that it transformed you. It gave you a transformation, obviously, through the experience that you went through. You knew, like, whatever you did was wrong. You shouldn't have done it this way. You missed certain points in the big picture, right? So the transformation that you are went through, what you say, through these actions of yours was not like logical. I mean, it was not logical point by point based that this is what I did, so this happened to me. But it has evolved in other spheres as well. It has made your aura more strong, right? This brutal experience has made your communication more strong. This brutal experience has made you the, like, a person with strong word. You have an authority, you communicate with authority, you communicate responsibly, and whatever you say it, your communication is basically strong now, what I'm seeing right now. Because before entering into the scam, I think your communication was very wasn't. I mean, you didn't communicate your ideas very clearly to people, which led to your downfall. There was some missing gap in communication, either maybe your shyness or your inability to put your point clearly. That was taken advantage of because the competition which you were brutally defeated was very, very, very brutal. So you have evolved into a very, very strong person now. And the action step that you need to take right now is to publish your success story to the world. It could be in any creative form, right? The story of your disappointment, the story of your, climbing the tough mountainous ride that you had. You need to write about it. You need to blog about it. You need to write a book about it. You need to make a movie on it, or you need to write poetry on it. Just do it, in whatever way you want to. Because I think this experience that you have suffered on this earth was for a reason, so that you can share your success story with the world. The message from the oracle card is very blunt, which is go outside. Go outside and show yourself to the world. Go outside and narrate your story to the world. That is only what I can get from you. You are much stronger, you are much evolved. And I think that painful period is almost over. You are out of it. Now you need to think of how to creatively um, narrate this story to the world. That will pave way towards something new for you, which is obviously creative. The story of your transformation, once it is shown out to the world, that is something, what I can say, it will encourage you to leave your past behind. Maybe, I think you are a little bit affected by it in some way, but use that pain, use that emotional frustration to for creative expression, because that will make a very powerful and effective story for others to get inspired, as well as, the karma, the contract that you had signed to narrate a certain kind of success story to the world, that will be fulfilled. And then your new episode in life is going to start. So I think the small thing that is blocking you is to initiate sharing your story to the world. Wish you all the best, and thank you for listening to the reading. Hello, pile number 4 people. Welcome to your reading. So, when I examined your cards, I came across a various spectrum of possibilities that could be blocking you, that could be stagnating you. The first possibility is that it is something karmic. It is something that has been signed as a contract prior to your birth, or some karma of past life is coming to your present, which is causing you a feeling of, like, lack of protection and loss of money. So the major portion of stagnation, I think it is like you resisting the way life is treating you. But you need to understand one thing, that it is totally karmic. It's just the karmic replenishment that you're currently going through, as a consequence of which you're going through money loss, and you have to battle or fight for your protection, for keeping your things protected. So I think it is time to let it go. Whatever money is lost, whatever valuables that you have lost in this struggle, in this process of karmic replenishment, I think you need to let it go. The moment you let go this thing, you'll feel extremely light. Do not attempt to mourn over the loss or try to reclaim the loss. I also see star person tendencies. The star seeds and star people who have incarnated on this earth, what I see is that they are not able to currently adjust with the methods of the earth. Their way of doing things, I think their mind or their mind, yeah, specifically their mind is conditioned to work in a way according to the star origins which they were from. So what I got a vision was that there were plenty of wise Merlin kind of archetypes, which I interpret as being like, someone who channel wisdom from the cosmos and bring it to the earth, right? So I see those kind of people who are channeling wisdom from the divine feminine. Maybe your reason to incarnate on this earth could be to learn the feminine ways of working. It is fairly possible that the planetary origins that you come from, you have a very masculine oriented approach towards life. So you are being urged to take passionate steps with gentleness without being too much impulsive. So that is the message for star people. And the another message for star persons here is that they need to do stargazing. They need to spend time in meditation. Like it's separate, specifically comes for them. Stargazing and introspection is really going to help you a lot. Meditation is a dire need for you on this planet, because it will help you connect with the what you are supposed to do here. So that is the message for star people. And also the message for star people is to not hesitate in breaking hearts of people in order to do what you want. Right? You cannot comply with everyone. You cannot say yes to everyone. You can't do everything that others are saying to you. If your no is breaking their heart, no matter what the situation is, do not worry about it. The other kind of people I see here are those who are resisting shadow work. I beg to say that you are entering into the dark phase of your life right now, which is also known as the like the dark night of the soul. um, you are not submitting yourself to that phase. The thing you need to understand is it is very very important for your evolution right now. Do not resist it. It's not that hard as you think it to be. Getting into the penetrating into various layers of your heart is very essential right now, because every layer, that you are going to pierce, the deep dive that you're going to do in your inner journey, specifically it is coming from for your heart region. The process of breaking, the process of exfoliation of all the resistances that have been developed so far will make you get in touch with your true authentic self, or you can also say your divinity, right? The process to achieve that is destructive. Do not fear it. It can be done with gentleness. It can be softened through introspection. Do not hesitate to take time for introspection, to spend time in aloneness. Do not surround yourself by distractions and people, ignoring the darkness within you, saying that, like everything is okay. I don't care what is happening. Don't, like overlook what you have suppressed inside. You need to deep dive into it and exfoliate it, release it. That is going to give you plenty of relief. So cracking certain karmic layers is not an easy thing. It can be painful process. um, it might kind of the journey could be hard, but I mean, ignoring something which you have signed a contract to do on earth uh, definitely is not going to help you. So please submit yourself to this process. So these are the messages that I could get from the fourth pile. um, what other thing I can say is that you are very, like, you have the ability to manifest things according to your thoughts. So it is important to focus towards, focus on making your journey, your shadow journey, your exploration journey, your karmic replenishment journey to be easy. You cannot avoid that. I mean, the misconception about manifestation that you people here have is that you can avoid the replenishment thing that you have come here to accomplish on earth. That is not what manifestation is. In order to manifest something successfully, you have to release certain things also which are not serving you any good. The only thing that you can manifest there is ease, easy way of doing it. So do not resist. Whatever you resist, persist. Please submit yourself to this process without creating more interferences. I think that is something which is blocking you people, stagnating you people. So I think it is about going with the flow. And once again, the card that you chose was Nemetona, Sacred Space. I think spending time in introspection, aloneness, connecting with the divine, your star origins, God, in order to help you with karmic replenishment, that is going to be like really very helpful for you. So that is all I have for your reading, and these are the remediation steps. The whatever you are going through is like inevitable. You were born to do this. You were born to take this experience. You, by submitting yourself to it, by going through this, you can journal various ideas and experiences. After the completion of this dark phase, your I mean after, due to this journaling, I think you'll have a sufficient amount of experience and material for yourself to be able to lay a solid ground towards the next phase of your life. This too shall pass. This is the central theme of this pile. Thank you very much for listening to me, and wish you best of luck in your journey.